Scotland's most wanted gangsters were snared in Dubai during a series of early morning raids at the luxury properties after months of turf war mayhem on Scotland's streets. Miami McGill was arrested in a dawn swoop along with Steven Lyons, top dog in the Lyons crew, who've been at war with the Daniel clan for decades. The pair were nicked along with fellow hood Stephen Jamieson and convicted cocaine dealer Stephen Larwood, who moved from Spain earlier this year. It comes after the biggest explosion of underworld violence seen in Scotland for years, with powerful drug lords pulling the strings from the United Arab Emirates bolt hole. Last night, sources said associates and loved ones of the arrested thugs are now working with lawyers in a desperate bid to secure their release under strict bail conditions. They were nicked in the early hours after their plush homes were surrounded by crack Dubai cops who initially took 8 people into custody, thought to include the gangsters' partners and girlfriends. However, 4 were later released without charge, but McGill, Lyons, Jamieson and Larwood are now behind bars, facing serious criminal allegations and a legal fight for freedom. An insider said, "There are people frantically running about trying to sort out personal documents and contact lawyers in an effort to get them bailed, but it's not easy dealing with the authorities in Dubai. The chances of getting out are slim because they're an obvious flight risk if they're liberated." Another source added they were all swept up in a coordinated dawn raid by Dubai police. The police have gone through all their properties and vehicles and they are now behind bars. The word spread fast on the ground in Dubai and then back to Scotland, where the gangland rivals in the Daniels clan are celebrating. It's a massive development and has been long overdue. These guys have been causing mayhem while believing they were untouchable in Dubai, but now they'll have to think again and could be back in Scotland to face justice soon. The latest development comes after a number of Irish criminals were deported from Dubai, and that meant the writing was on the wall for others hiding out in the United Arab Emirates.
Well, you do have senior figures in organised crime from Italy, from Spain, from around the world going to the UAE to lead their lifestyles, and there aren't too many places left to them open because you do have law enforcement agencies now, increased cooperation, and I think when you do have crime organisations working closely together, you also have law enforcement, and that's the only way that these individuals and their groups are going to be dismantled. So the UAE might not be the safe haven that it once was.
The stunning development emerged as cops here are in the thick of Operation Portalage to combat gang violence chaos that kicked off in March, with former Union Bear leader McGill said to be a key instigator. Police have so far arrested almost 60 suspects in connection with around 80 fire bombings, machete attacks and murder bids across Edinburgh and Glasgow. The move comes after we told how Jamieson, former best pal of Scotland's #1 gangster Jamie Iceman Stevenson, had been nicked earlier this year after a gym bust-up with McGill. Jamieson was arrested by Dubai authorities but has since been bailed and has now been re-arrested with the other suspects. Police Scotland launched a crackdown into the ongoing gang war that was triggered by claims associates of Edinburgh mob boss Mark Richardson had ripped off McGill in a cocaine deal using fake cash. McGill of East Kilbride recruited foot soldiers operating under the name Tamo Junto to carry out a wave of revenge attacks in Edinburgh. The chaos then moved over to Glasgow, where members of the notorious Daniel clan were targeted, including boss Stephen Bonzo Daniel. Speaking back in April, Police Scotland revealed they were working with agencies from around the world to catch those responsible for the ongoing gang war.
What I can say is we speak to a number of partners, both internal Scotland, UK and internationally, and I would reassure you that every line of inquiry is being looked at. The message is quite simple, that Police Scotland are investigating this. You will be brought to justice, and we are using every facet of our specialism and expertise in Police Scotland to do that.
McGill became known for his role as a capo with Rangers Ultras, the Union Bears, before he initially fled to Spain to dodge a looming court case in 2022. He resurfaced this year in Dubai as an aspiring drug lord who had risen through the criminal ranks with connections to Scotland's most feared top-tier crime gangs. We told how Larwood had moved to Dubai and set up home in the same luxury enclave as McGill. The 42-year-old vending machine boss is said to be raking in up to £3 million a month, shipping the white powder after linking up with the ex-Rangers Ultras leader. He has ties to Lyons, who's also switched to the United Arab Emirates after years in Spain, where his two closest allies, brother Eddie Lyons Jr. and Ross Monaghan, was shot dead in a brutal execution back in May. Lyons was said to have been left devastated by the double murder, but he was unable to attend their joint funerals in July. And detectives here have played down any links to the ongoing gang violence in Scotland, in contrast to authorities in Spain, who said the shooter was a member of the Daniels gang, the Lyons' arch enemies. Michael Riley is accused by Spanish authorities of murdering the Lyons duo. Riley of Huyton and Liverpool is fighting extradition from the UK. A spokesperson for Police Scotland said we are not in position to confirm any arrests.